Hi guys, a few people on fishing forums and stuff have asked me, how do you put an eye on a fishing rod? So this is a classic example that I found in the park. It was a complete rod and someone threw it away simply because the end eye had snapped off. So we've lost about 3 to 4 inches, possibly 5 inches of the rod. So it's now at stiffer action, but simply putting a rod eye on the end, clean up, match the right rod eye sleeve to the size of your rod, or trim until it fits, and put it on with a hot melt glue gun. Because if you damage this eye and you want to take it off, if you put it on with araldite, you'll have to keep chopping pieces of the rod away.
Okay.
So you put it on with a hot melt glue gun, then all you've got to do is warm it up to remove a damaged eye, put a new one on. That's the first thing. Next thing is, Chris, if you're watching this, this is your damaged eye. So the first thing we're going to do, and I should have put this white shirt on because I've just realised you probably can't see me as easily. Anyway, right, to get the eye off,
be careful with this, people.
Be careful with the Stanley knife. Alright, there we go. Nice sharp blade. Must be a sharp blade. So all you're going to do, hold it down firmly. Now, you can masking tape round here if you're particularly worried and you don't want to damage the varnish. But basically, just simply put a cut line. You're not using a great deal of pressure. The idea is that once you've created a line, just let the blade go through it several times, and hopefully, if I'm not mistaken,
so you're trying to basically create a itch in the...
It's put on with thread covered in varnish.
Right.
So all you're doing,
cutting through that thread.
Is cutting the thread, basically. Now, obviously, these company-built rods are sealed and they use a very high build varnish. So there's quite a few layers, but when you hear that, you should have, hopefully, he says, got through it. If you're finding it difficult to shift, probably the easiest thing to do is to do a second set of cuts. But if you look at that, that is your whipping almost solid with varnish. Okay?
It's a shame, really. It's not the best camera in the world.
No, it's probably not the best camera in the world. So we'll try and get a bit more of that varnish off. And as you can see, it sort of comes off in lumps. But you can pick that. I'm doing that so that you can see that that is actually whipping thread.
Coming away, that's all the thread which they use to wind it up.
Yeah? So you can see the frayed, that is the thread. So this is a bit tougher than my ones because I don't build mine as high as this, I must admit. Because normally I'm in a rush and I just want to seal it and waterproof the thread. And the other thing that the varnish does is the varnish shrinks the thread and tightens it up. So when you wrap one, you don't wrap it as tight as maybe you possibly could, because the varnish, a bit like dope on the old aeroplane wings, and there it is, look at that. Yeah? It comes off, that's simple. You can still see there's 1 or 2 bits of thread lurking on there, so we'll trim them and peel that off. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to insert that in there.
There's a thread on there, isn't there?
It's only one tiny little bit. Look. What's holding that on now Yeah, and that's why you need to do that gently. Can you see that now lump of varnish behind the eye? Yeah.
So that bit there.
Yep. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Several slashes through. And then pick up the corner. And look at that, when you get it right.
It comes off nice and easy.
Revolve it round. Give it a tug. There you go, look. So good.
So good.
The eye came off with it. So there you go, there's your old eye. Right, now, there's probably ways you could reinforce that eye to stop this metal ruining your line, but that's up to you. Right, now what you've got to do is you need to simply
shave off that.
Shave that off, but be very, 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 very careful. So use the lower end of the blade and very short strokes. I should have put that shirt on. Anyway, never mind. I'm trying to do this in a hurry, but anyway, there you go. So basically, clean that off, yeah, and get all that muck off completely. Trim all the other little bits of varnish and thread off. Yeah.
Trying to get it nice and smooth.
So trim that completely back. Get rid of all the muck. To prepare for the thingy bob. Now, right, this video I'm going to leave there. Yeah, I'll finish cleaning that up and you'll see what it looks like when I do the next one, which will be putting the new eye on.